Little town, it's a quiet village, every day like the one before. Little town, full of little people, waking up to say, well, hello there.
You look so pretty. Oh man, I'm slightly disappointed that you asked me to turn the camera off now because I literally went. Cute.
Oh well, I was like, I don't know. I am shy, so I wanted to do it.
No, I understand it completely. Oh, anyway, hi.
Hi. How
How
are
you doing?
Yeah.
I'm alright. How you doing?
And it's really hot. Like, this dress literally doesn't have any sleeves or anything, but the wig is hot because this is a wig. This is not my hair.
Yeah.
I don't have this many hair. I wish I would, but it's not.
I counted and I do not have this many
Nope,
hairs.
nope, not at all. And then for some reason I'm just hot. I think it's the ring light. I am blaming it on that. But other than that, I'm fine. How are you?
Doing alright?
Yes.
Should I do the thing?
Yes.
Hi everybody. Welcome to all the films we judged before. I'm Katie. And that is the effervescent Lily Kay.
And that is the super fantastic Katie, other side. And also I am not Joy Baker in a bell costume.
Wow. Oh, that's something to consider.
It is. It would be. Troy, just so you know. This dress fits everyone because it has a corset on the back. So I am happy to borrow it for you. Just so you know. But anyway, today we are doing something really fun and something that we planned to do for a long time now. And we finally arrived to this magical moment. And we're going to talk about animated movies. And we even have a little help on our hands. Because our biggest stan, the number one, the one and only, Mr. Thineth is back in action on the podcast. So, welcome, Thineth!
Hey guys, it's me. I'm here as well. Hey guys.
Who are you cosplaying as you know?
I'm cosplaying as my favorite non-existent movie character, Phoenix Wright.
Okay.
Technically, there is a live action Ace Attorney movie.
Oh, is there?
It's batshit. I saw one clip and was like, "What the fuck?" It is. It just got recommended to me on YouTube, and I was like, I didn't know that this existed, and I watched it. And I was like, I don't need to know that this existed.
Also, I just realized, Katie, that we can say that you are Wednesday Addams.
Could do that.
Oh,
Yeah.
My hair's not particularly dark enough for it. Not that, not to my sadness. There is a part of me that has always really wanted that kind of really dark hair.
I mean, you can. It's just a question of a hair
Yeah,
dye.
I think my mother would kill me if I did that.
Fair enough. We don't want that. Your mom is.
Well, no. She'd say, "No, why would you want to do that?" And then she'd be like, "Accept it's your body. You can do what you like with it, but don't do that. Your hair's so nice."
Fair deal. It's not good for your hair anyway. Like
but I probably want to keep it up. I just like to see what it looks like. She's already annoyed that I wear black most of the time. So
I can lend you my long ass Chloe wig, which is a black wig, so you can try it.
Do that.
Why not? And you can see if you want dark hair after that or not. But it can be fun. But anyway, our number one fan. Are you excited to talk about Everybody Loves Raymond?
I mean, to be honest, I was here for the hair talk, but like honestly, we can talk about my favorite TV show, which is Everybody Loves Raymond.
There you go.
I forgot to prep a background for that, so.
But it's your favorite TV show.
It is my favorite TV show. This is the dumbest bit. I just want to point that out to everybody listening. This makes no sense, but it's wonderful.
I don't even remember how we got to Raymond as the decision.
Well, because I said that it's gonna be when Thineth first came on the podcast, when we were just a podcast and we didn't have video, we didn't tell him what we're gonna talk about, and the only clue I gave him is that it's gonna be someone that everybody loves, and then
Yeah,
he was
my
like,
mind immediately was like, everybody loves Raymond, right? That's what it has to be.
it has
That-
to be Raymond.
Yeah,
That's it.
I
It
get
has
you
to
now.
be that. Yeah, a 2-hour podcast on that one TV show,
One
starring
day we're gonna
everybody's
do it.
favorite
Definitely
character,
see you.
Raymond. Because everybody loves Raymond, I guess. Don't know why, but they
I
do.
love how you say every time you say everybody loves Raymond, my brain plays the theme tune to Everybody Hates Chris.
Yes, that's what's happening to me as well. Also, the Vig is acting really weird. Wait, go back.
Waiting.
I don't know what's going on
Let's
with my
I don't
leave
know.
hair.
dead air on a podcast. That's a good idea. Wait, everybody stop
it's
talking
hair
while I
talk.
fix my hair.
We always end up talking about hair. It happened with
Yeah,
Pagan.
it's
and
hair
then
talk.
It's the
Hair talk.
L'Oreal days. Like, now we just need Chris Hemsworth to come in and
Sponsored
talk
by
about
John
his
Frieda.
hair.
Please send me products.
That's fine. All right. So since we are at a time limit, we are
sure.
better get into it and start talking about animated movies. And I prepared questions for all of
exciting.
us, basically, but mostly for Thineth. So
I didn't prepare questions because I'm really good at my job.
I just took notes on like every movie that
that's
I
fine.
watched in the past few months.
All right. So I will start not with Disney and not with Pixar and not with the popular ones. Well, this one is popular as well, but you know what I mean. We're gonna talk about Miyazaki and his work a little bit, and I will ask Thineth if he caught up on Miyazaki movies.
Yeah, so I did. I watched 2,
Okay,
which isn't great, but
it's
it's
something.
about what I could sort of fit in. So I watched Howl's Moving Castle was my first Ghibli
Nice.
movie that I watched.
Okay,
It was a couple of weeks ago, and then I watched Spirited Away.
nice.
So I watched those 2.
Okay, and out of the two, which one was your favorite?
Ooh, probably Spirited Away.
Oh, the popular
yeah.
choice. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I'm a basic bitch. I'm sorry.
Well,
Okay,
I
can-
didn't
can we
say it.
swear?
You said it. You can swear. It's fine.
We're good.
Okay, cool.
I think we're out of the first minute now. So
Yes, so we can
Okay,
swear.
dope. Fuck yeah.
Okay, so why did you enjoy Spirited Away? Other than being a basic bitch, but
Um,
that's
Okay, hang on. Let me pull up my notes because I took notes
Oh,
on
God.
so many movies.
I just want to,
I prepped. I prepped like crazy.
before you go in, I just want to point out that there's probably a reason why it is the popular choice.
because
And
it got an
also that
Oscar.
I've never seen any Miyazaki movies.
Yeah, I saw
How
Kitty's
dare
like
you.
shifty look, and I was like, oh no, Lily's gonna be outraged.
I am
I just-
outraged.
I
How
haven't
can you
seen
not
any of
see
them.
this masterpiece? How can you not see it?
I just haven't watched any of them.
You have
This
to
is
watch
also
them.
to the chagrin of both of my best friends who are just like, why? And I'm like, I don't know. Some of some of the animation stuff freaks me out a little bit. Like it's
mean, yeah.
beautiful, but like some of the character design makes me kind of go. "Ugh."
Look at this beauty. Like, come on. How can you not
Oh,
watch
yeah.
this movie?
I think there's a part of me that gets reminded of some of the animation from Professor Layton. And as much as I love Professor Layton, I have a slight like Pavlovian fear response to some Professor Layton stuff from childhood.
But it's Katie, I am disappointed. I'm not gonna lie. I am very disappointed. I love Miyazaki and I love his
I mean, to be
movies.
fair, I only did get around to them like for the first time a couple of weeks ago, so you're fine.
Also very sad because I
I know.
watched the whole Miyazaki collection. So
I know.
I am I am now disappointed and everything just keeps falling down
yeah.
behind me.
Yeah, everything
Because I have a
Yeah,
ghost.
collapsing.
I had that earlier. I was just trying to I put my makeup stuff down. They kept knocking everything over, and I there was some yelling. It's one of those days where gravity's working too hard.
Yes. Or we have a ghost. I am also watching too many
That's always-
ghost stories, so that's why.
It's just the one that my mum and I always say whenever we just have a period of just dropping stuff constantly. It's like gravity's working too hard today.
Yeah. Fair enough. So tell me, Thineth, let's get back to Spirited Away.
Tangents. Okay, tangents aside. Okay, I have my notes because I put them both under like one paragraph basically because I was just like I'm just gonna say the same things about both.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, okay. So like I think that one of the things that sort of hit me the most about watching both movies, especially like Spirited Away, was how genuinely immersed I felt. Because fun fact about me, I very rarely get like immersed in stories. Because there's always a part of me that is just like sort of detached from what I'm watching. It's like thinking about it like analytically and like constantly like, just processing it. But I feel like watching the Ghibli movies was the first time in maybe years that I've actually felt properly immersed. Like, fully invested in what's going on. Like my brain just switched off and I was just, in the world. I was with the characters. It was just delightful. Yeah, so like that just really hit me, and like there was like a point during House Moving Castle where I just like suddenly snapped out of it, and I was like, holy shit, I haven't been paying attention for like 5 minutes because I've just been so entranced by the movie. So that's part of it, yeah.
Okay, I like that answer because it's
Good
true.
answer.
It's just I these movies. First of all, they are freaking beautiful, and I was a bit disappointed to hear that Studio Ghibli is now making 3D animated movies, and I was like, but part of the magic was your beautiful hand drawings in there. Like, if you look at the ritual that they can create in House Moving Castle or Spirited Away, especially, that's always something that people mention, and I have to mention it as well. The way they draw food and then characters eating food, you are immediately hungry.
I have like delicious. One point is just food in all capital letters, exclamation point. I'm just like, food. We need to talk about Ghibli's food, because holy shit.
Beautiful. It's beautiful. You're like, I want to go there and I want to eat all of them. I don't care if I'm going to turn into a pig or whatever. I have to eat it.
Oh, yeah. Even just like the simple things like breakfast. It's just, it's so delicious and tasty looking. And it's like, man.
It's, come on. Yeah. Like when they have that scene in House Moving Castle when Sophie is making the breakfast. And oh my God, it looks so good. You're like, give me all. Just bring it in. Just bring it in.
Just,
I don't even like that kind of stuff, and I'm like, oh my God, it's so good.
It's just like the sizzle of the eggs and the bacon. It's just like, oh my God, I'm vegetarian and I'm like sweating.
Yeah,
this is too good.
It's too good. It's too good. But also, like, with Miyazaki, there's this story especially about Spirited Away. I don't know if all of his movies have this story, but basically, he doesn't work with a script. It's whatever comes to his mind. He just makes it happen, and it's like looking at Spirited Away. It just amazes me that his imagination is just so freaking wild, and he can make up stuff like that. Like, obviously he uses folklore and everything as well, but goddamn, that movie is like that's a good reason why Spirited Away won the Oscar and not one of the Disney movies in that year.
It was stunning.
It's beautiful, just beautifully done.
It's art. It's so good.
It's like with big letters, art. Just.
Oh yeah, actually, hang on.
I feel like I should reference the meme, considering my background.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say it's art.
Yep.
And that's the meme for the week, guys.
Yeah,
we did it. By the way, I have so many backgrounds prepared. I'm not even using them. What am I doing? Hang on. There we go. House Moving Castle. There it is.
Beautiful. Look at that. It's so
right there,
freaking
guys.
Pretty. So pretty. And that was the only anime that I looked up because in the English version, Hal's voice is Christian Bale. And I just love Christian Bale's voice. It's like, so good, so good. And guess what? Once I looked it up that it's Christian Bale, TikTok users started to using the sounds from Hal's movies.
Okay, we're gonna talk about TikTok later because I want to talk about Ratatouille, but that's the whole thing.
I was like, why?
You want to talk about my favorite family?
Who's that?
The one that I sent.
Who's your favorite family?
Where the dad looks like Antonego.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, sorry, I completely forgot. I was like, what? Yes.
Come on.
I'm sorry, Lily. I have the attention span of a child.
Yeah, I can tell. Also, so what's happening is that we had to wait for Thineth, and I am grumpy today.
It's fine.
I got up today and I'm grumpy already, and then I am sweating.
I'm punctual as hell.
No,
it's
you're
all
not.
good.
You're not.
I try to be.
That's a better word. Oh, it's okay. I still love you, but at the same time, I'm gonna kick your butt.
Square up, Lily.
Yeah, so I'm
Let's
just
go.
I'm
Is that how you square up?
Yeah, I just like go do this.
because of the stress I can't do it. But
I don't know what I'm doing after this, but I'm just like, yes.
I'm mean today. So forgive me. Even though I'm in my bad costume and I should be nice, I'm mean today. But it's
We've
fine.
gone off the rails, and I love it. I love it.
What if Bev would be a fucking bitch?
Yes. I mean, that's a great story.
Beauty and the Beast, but they're zombies.
Oh my god. Okay, moving on, because we cannot talk about a lot about Miyazaki because Katie haven't seen it. So I'm
Okay,
very
that's fair.
disappointed, Katie, just so you
No
know.
spoilers.
No
I mean,
spoilers.
this is a spoiler, but actually,
Well,
this
not really. A little bit.
I've seen that image before.
There you
Okay.
go. It's going around on the internet.
I will say, No Face's story did surprise me though.
it
That was one thing I went into
right?
it because I was just like, oh, I wasn't expecting that.
There you go.
I was just like, yeah.
Katie, please watch Miyazaki. I'm begging you. Please. You still have
I
to
can
watch
do it,
Planet
you
of
can
the
do it.
Apes as well. So
Yeah, this is true. This is true.
there you go. All right, then we are moving on, and we're gonna talk about.
Swiftly onwards.
So many movies to get through, guys.
So, yeah.
I have like 6 pages of notes,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
and
So
2.5 of them are on Ratatouille. So
we are not surprised. We're not going to talk about Ratatouille, by the way,
how dare you?
because I'm mean.
That's evil.
Let's go and talk about DreamWorks animation, because why the hell not?
Oh.
And Thineth, you get to answer this question once again. First, what is your favorite DreamWorks animation movie? And you can only say one.
Thinking about DreamWorks, I didn't watch any DreamWorks in the lead up to this. I am at a loss. I would say, off the top of my head, Kung Fu Panda 2, I really love.
Oh,
Also the first one, it's
good
amazing.
choice.
How to
good
Train Your
choice.
Dragon. Actually, shit, I shouldn't say How to Train Your Dragon because I know Katie.
I love How to Train Your
Ignore
Dragon,
that.
and
Listen,
Katie
Ignore
knows.
that.
People are allowed to like the movie. I'm aware it's a good movie. I have my own baggage with it. It's fine.
What other DreamWorks movies are there?
Yeah,
That
I
I
just
haven't-
googled
that I
it,
have
and
seen.
I just want to point out that Shrek is kind of the obvious one.
Oh yeah. Well, actually,
Wow.
Shrek is good, but Shrek 2 is better.
Oh, that's
Yes,
fair.
I agree.
Shrek 2 is
Shrek 2 is so
I love
much
Shrek
better.
2.
Yeah.
Shrek 2 is a freaking incredible
What a
sequel.
masterpiece of a
Oh
movie
my
that
God.
is.
Like
yeah.
every
I mean,
scene in there is just.
the-
ugh.
But like the entire final act where Fairy Godmother is singing, like
Oh
that is
my
just
God.
the best finale
I was,
to any
like,
movie.
Yes.
I was just thinking, I mean, the music cues in that film are far better than like it has any right to be honest.
right.
I know.
But even the first one, they already picked the music so freaking well, and then
Oh,
in
yeah.
the second one, they just stepped out the game, which I thought that
Wait,
it's
I
gonna
mean-
be impossible. But then, Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
it's so good.
There's a David Bowie song in the Shrek 2 soundtrack, guys. Like, come
Oh,
on.
there are many, many good songs in there. But the obvious choices is I Need a Hero, but I'm gonna
I
say
Need a
that Living La Vida Loca with Antonio Banderas and Eddie
Obviously.
Murphy bringing it in.
That's
Then it's
classic.
like, oh my god! And they have an extra on the DVD and the
Are
Blu-ray
you
as well.
the American Idol thing
Yeah.
they did?
The Simon Cowell.
Just thinking about that, I just love the fact on that thing is that if you pick something that he doesn't agree with, he says, "I'm the winner" instead.
Yes. Oh my god, I love Simon Cowell. I'm just gonna put that out there. But yeah, Shrek 2 is definitely wins from all the Shrek movies. And because we talked about and we mentioned music, I'm gonna recommend a YouTube channel, and I actually want this guy to come on and talk to us on the podcast because his channel is excellent and he talks about film music a lot of times, but in really great detail. And I've been listening to him since I started drawing my Christmas. So he's my entertainment, and it's called Simplified, and it is excellent content. We're gonna put it in the description, and I'm gonna send you guys a few videos. There's actually one that I want both of you to watch because it is so freaking amazing, and you're gonna look at the movie differently after hearing it. So I think he has a video on Shrek, which I haven't watched that, but it's so good. He has so many good inputs about movies and how movies use music and, you know, different composers and musicals and whatnot. And it's excellent. It is excellent. And Shrek is probably one of my non-musical musical movie, because I think we can kind of call it that in a
I
way.
think that's
Yeah,
a
it's
sort
kind
of
of.
fair assessment. It's like the music isn't diegetic or anything, but it's so integral to the mood of the whole thing.
Oh my god, yes.
Well, except for I Need a Hero, which the fairy godmother
Except
just
for that,
belts out
yes.
the park.
Yeah. Like, come on.
It's
That's
like-
the only one.
Yeah. And the ones that donkey sang.
Ah.
And Puss in Boots.
Oh, Living La Vida
It's-
Loca. That's
it's great.
I
love Shrek.
remember being obsessed with that one. Like I just listened to it after 100 times at least.
When
or
I
even
was a small person, I used to go to like a I used to go to a dance thing on like a Saturday or something like that, and I think we did like a whole thing to Live in the Vida Loca.
more. Oh my god, I want
And
to
not
see
that I
that
can
if you have
remember.
a
I literally
recording.
haven't. No, absolutely not. I don't think that exists at all. But I just remember. I just remember going to that and being really obsessed with that song for a little while.
Oh my god, it's such a good song.
Not that
let's
I
be
remember
honest.
any of the actual dance itself because I was like 6,
Oh,
maybe younger.
you were really a small person.
I was like a
then.
very small person.
I like that. All right, what is your favorite DreamWorks movie, if you have
Me.
one, of course?
Me,
Yeah.
I mean, I think I'm gonna go for Shrek or Shrek 2. Either one, honestly. I think they're both great because I was just looking at the list of. I mean, also potentially on this list, Madagascar.
Oh,
That's an old
Ooh,
classic
interesting.
and a fun one that I used to because there's a period of movies that came out from pretty much the time my little brother was born, which is like 2003 to
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
2007, that I have watched more than most movies because I was more cognizant of the movies that I was watching. And also Louis would watch them again and again and again. So like I've seen Madagascar quite
yes.
a lot.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. But which is your favorite Madagascar movie? 1, 2, or
Ooh.
3?
That's a good
I don't know if
question.
I've seen 3. But
The
the
circus
original,
one? You haven't
probably.
seen the circus one?
Maybe
Don't
we
watch
did.
it.
I can't remember, honestly.
It wasn't as memorable.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
mean,
good.
if I did, I might have seen. There is a possibility I saw it in the cinema, but I don't remember any of the plot. But I think the original, because it's the one I can, I seem to remember watching a lot off the top of my head.
Yep.
I just also haven't watched it in a really long time, so it's hard for me to be like, this is, the best movie. I just have memories with it. I think.
Fair enough.
What's your favorite one, Lily?
It's a hard one because I actually really like the DreamWorks animated movies. They have a different
What
charm
even?
to them than
The Boss Baby.
I haven't
I
seen
was
the
gonna say
Boss,
The Boss
Baby.
Baby.
I haven't seen it, so I cannot talk about that one. I did like the trailer. I remember that when Alec Baldwin started talking as the Boss Baby, I was like, oh, that's actually funny, but I never got around to watch it, so I don't know if it's good or not.
Just come to my attention that I
Yeah.
forgot that this was a DreamWorks movie, The Road to El Dorado.
Yes.
That is the
Of course
best
it was.
DreamWorks animated movie.
Although I have heard Prince of Egypt is the best DreamWorks movie.
It is.
From a lot
That's
of
what
people,
I'm gonna.
which
That's
I
I
have.
wanted
Good.
to say because Prince of Egypt is like. That's why I'm in distress because I freaking love the whole of Kung Fu Panda series. I love what Jack Black did in there. I love what Dusty Hoffman did in there. Angelina, of course, who's my hero. And then I adore every single How to Train Your Dragon movies, and I love Road to El Dorado, and I love Madagascar. I love Shrek, and then I just can't help but go back to the Prince of Egypt because it's so freaking beautifully done. And I actually gonna go as far as to say that it's actually my favorite musical as well. And I did talk about it that one of my biggest it's the saddest moment of 2020 that I actually had tickets for the musical, and obviously I could not go and see it, and it breaks my heart to even think about it. Like, I think that poor cast had like 10 performances, and then COVID hit, and they had to close down the theater and everything. So I don't even know what's going to happen with that play, but maybe I'm hoping that one day I can actually go and see it. But it's, first of all, it's beautifully animated. They had this style going for them so well. I really like the style that they did it in. The music was phenomenal. Like, come on, we got When You Believe from Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston, which is just it got an Oscar, if I'm not mistaken, and there's the reason why it got an Oscar. It's one of the most beautiful songs ever written for an animated movie, and it was just so beautifully done. I cannot stress this enough, and everything just made sense. And even we keep getting back to music, but let's be honest, 90% of animated movies are basically musicals. And and you cannot go by them and just be like, animated movies are good, but not talk about the music, when it's as equally important as the movie itself. Because if you fuck up the music, then the movie is fucked as well. Let's be honest. Like, I'm looking at you, Trolls, because that was
Yes, Trolls, and then Trolls World Tour.
I didn't even watch that. I was like, nope.
I was in the kitchen a couple of weeks ago now, and my dad had the radio on, and this like musical song came on, and I was like, I don't recognize this, but I feel like I should be able to recognize this. Whoever's singing it has kind of a voice that I associate with musicals quite a lot, and it was bugging me so much that I couldn't figure out what it was from, that I went upstairs and got my phone and like Shazammed it basically, and it was from Trolls 2. It was Anna Kendrick singing, and I was like, oh. Now things make sense to me.
And here's my unpopular opinion. I don't really like Anna Kendrick. I'm not gonna lie. Like, she's a bit annoying to me.
There goes that idea.
Yeah, she's never going on the podcast.
No, sorry. I'm sorry, Anna. I'm sure you're a nice
like
person, but
so there you go.
There you go.
Yeah,
you can talk to Katie. It's fine. I will just
talk about the last 5 years and how I have very complicated feelings about that musical.
Fair enough. So yeah, but I'm gonna roll with the Prince of Egypt. Even though I truly enjoy almost all of the DreamWorks animated movies. So yeah, but let's move on, because the time is ticking away, guys. It's so
just
frustrating.
Want to point out, Road to El Dorado has no right to be as good as it is. It's fucking brilliant.
It is.
The music is done by Elton John.
Yeah.
It's like I can't tell you how often
it's already a win.
Like I can't tell you how often somebody will bring up El Dorado and I'll be like, I have to go rewatch It's Tough to Be a God now.
Yes,
because that whole sequence is fucking amazing.
Oh my god,
I just love that movie. Oh my god, that is.
I know.
You haven't seen Road to El Dorado?
Look, I haven't seen Prince of Egypt.
Get out.
Well, I haven't seen Prince of Egypt either.
Yeah.
You have to see El Dorado.
Yeah. Well, you have to see Miyazaki.
But there you go. That's your homework. Katie has to see Miyazaki movies, and now both of you have to see Prince of Egypt, and Thineth has to watch Road to El Dorado.
You just have to watch more animated movies.
Because this is unacceptable. I'm sorry, but it is.
I had like a day the other day where I watched a bunch of movies that I hadn't gotten around to watching yet. I watched The Post. I watched which is
not an animated movie.
Which neither of these animated movies, but like I also rewatched Saving Mr. Banks, which isn't an animated movie, but it is about Mary Poppins, which has animation in it, much to P.L. Travis's anger. But like I have sat down and watched some movies recently.
You just have to have an animated movie day, and that's it. Sorted.
We don't have any of the Miyazaki movies. I'm gonna have to go find them.
I'm so
They're
sad.
on Netflix, I think.
Are they?
Yeah, most of them are on Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah. So go and watch it, Katie. So here's the third question. Once again, before we jump on the Disney and Pixar train, what is your favorite animated movie that is a bit unknown to others? So you might have a thought that maybe you're the only one who knows this movie, and it's not from a big studio.
Good question.
Okay, it's not unknown to others, but
I mean,
That's
come
fair.
on.
I feel like it's one that doesn't get talked about that much. You
Oh.
know?
Iron Giant? Are you kidding?
Yeah, it's not one that I think comes up in conversation as much as way many others. And it's one that I know a lot of people I know haven't seen, but I like really solidly grew up with this movie.
Oh yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's
I
sad,
loved watching
beautiful.
The Iron Giant for the first time. 'Cause I
Oh,
watched
you
it, like,
just
the
saw
other
it the
day,
first
actually.
time.
Yeah, it's so good. It made me very emotional.
It's a sad film.
It is a sad film.
It's a really sad movie.
Just to remind you, I am.
Stop doing this to me.
I'm sorry.
Where are my notes? Where are my notes? I wrote stuff. I like texted Katie because I was just like, I need to talk to someone because this was like.
See, I told you, Katie is your favorite. First you're late, and now you admit that Katie is your favorite. You're texting her and you don't text me. I'm out.
Then it
Really, I
likes to
texted
send
you.
me. Then it likes
Okay,
to
okay.
send me Simon Pegg's just all of his Instagram posts and give me his little thoughts on them.
Okay. So just to explain, there's like this thing. Okay, is the only things I text Katie now are just Simon Pegg posts.
Yep.
So I'm just like, look at what Simon Pegg's
And
doing.
animated
I don't
movies
know.
and
Well,
whatnot.
it's because I told him specifically you should watch The Iron Giant, and then he went and watched it that evening, and so he was giving me his thoughts afterwards.
Yeah, and I like
Mhm.
texted you a video breaking it down because I was just like, I have so many thoughts. But yeah, God, I just love I mean, you know, we can connect this to Ratatouille later on, but like Brad Bird. Look, I will bring up Ratatouille until the day I die. Because I watched
Please
it this
keep going.
morning. Brad Bird directed Ratatouille and The Iron Giant.
Did
and
he?
It fucking shows. Yeah.
I
And it
didn't know
shows.
that.
There you go.
And he wrote both of them, I think. And it shows because he is so good. I just love his writing, his thesis on animation, just everything. Because he gets it. He understands that like animation isn't a genre of film. It's a medium. It's a storytelling medium. You can do whatever you want with it. Which is why his movies are so like just mature and like they take the subject matter seriously. Like The Iron Giant, it's about death. It's about what it means to exist.
In the Cold
Souls and all
War.
that. Oh yeah. And then Ratatouille is like okay, talk about Ratatouille later. But The Incredibles is about a midlife crisis, and he directed that too. So
That's an excellent movie.
It is an excellent movie. So what is your unpopular choice then?
Well,
not unpopular, but unknown. Most I.
hang on. Okay. I don't have like one. I have like maybe like two or three. So I'm cheating, but I would say probably Klaus. That
Oh my
really,
God.
really.
I
I watched
love
it
Klaus.
Christmas last year. Yeah, I watched it like Christmas night. I was like, I need to watch this. And it was amazing.
Mhm.
I adored the style. I adored, I mean, the fact that they used lighting to make 2D animation look like 3D animation is
Mm.
ridiculous to me. I'm like, how do you do that? How do you conceive of that? But then, so Klaus will be one that just really got to me. And then a lot of Leica movies really hit me. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Ghibli, but I feel like I connected more with Leica. Like,
Mhm.
I watched Kubo and the Two Strings, and then I
Oh
watched Coraline.
Yes.
And those two movies back to back, I was like, holy shit. Leica is my favorite animation studio now because just the stop motion animation, man, it's unreal.
Yeah.
And there's like, I mean, I guess spoilers for Kubo, but I guess spoilers for every movie that we're talking about.
They are
there's-
all came out years ago, so no spoilers. If you haven't watched it, it's on you.
Yeah, including me with Prince of Egypt. But anyway,
I didn't give away
so-
any spoilers on that.
you give away a song, and that means absolutely nothing to me, but still. Okay, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, Leica. So yeah, I watched Kubo and the Two Strings, and the bit where the skeleton shows up, I was texting Jay about it because I was just like, I need to talk to someone about this because the skeleton that pops up is like it's gigantic model skeleton that they built,
Mm.
and that they did some motion animation with. I remember that part because the scene itself, like the bones are all scattered around the floor in this cave.
Yeah.
And then suddenly they all start like flying up into the air.
Yeah.
And then the camera like pans up to the darkness, and I was like, hang on, hang on a second, there's no way. And then suddenly like it's a flash of light, and then you see the skeleton just like looming over them with the eyes glowing. And I legit had to pause the movie because I was I lost my shit just seeing that because it was just so atmospheric. It was like, holy shit, I cannot believe they're doing this. And then the skeleton pops down, and it's awesome. It's an awesome sequel.
All right.
So yeah,
All right.
and also
Fair
the bit where the sisters show up
enough.
for the first time, like
Oh
you
my
know the
God,
establishing
yes.
shot. Oh yeah, like where like one of them is in like sort of the far right side of the frame, and everything else is just empty. Like it was just like environment. And then like you hear both voices, but then the other wish like comes out like parallel to the sister.
Yeah.
And they both are there. Oh, that gave me chills. I was
Yep.
like, oh my God, that's
That movie
terrifying,
is-
and I love it.
What they were able to capture with stop motion is
Oh yeah.
unreal. Like I watched how they made it, and they actually at the end credits they have like behind the scenes footage on some of the stuff. But if you buy the DVD and the Blu-ray or whatever, whichever, there's extra things going in there, and it's like, oh Jesus Christ, this is and the story itself was just simply so beautiful. Like,
Oh yeah.
oh, I love that movie.
It just felt like a video game. Like it felt like we're going on these different quests, and here's like this sort of antagonist, and then like with the skeleton, and then the eyes underwater, and then the final moon dragon boss. It just felt so video gamey, and I loved it.
Yeah.
But then also I had to shout out Coraline because holy shit.
I don't see. That's another one I don't like. I don't like Coraline. I'm like, nope.
How Lily?
I
Oh
never
my God,
liked it. It
Coraline's
was
amazing.
just it felt like that they just pushed the weird too much. Like I don't know how
I mean,
to
I get that.
explain. It's like I like weird movies and I like Tim Burton movies and things like that. But it's
not a
like
Tim Burton movie.
it's
Yeah,
not.
it's Neil
It's
Gaiman.
not. But
No, it's what's the name of the guy who directed Night Before Christmas?
Oh, I don't know.
Fuck,
But
I think his name's Henry.
Coraline. Oh, Coraline is based off of a Neil Gaiman story. though, I
yeah.
think.
I love the story itself.
it's awesome.
Like I love Neil Gaiman as well, and I love the
Henry
Coraline
Selick.
story. Henry Selick.
Oh,
There you
yes.
go. But I just did not like the movie. I was like, no, I like the book more.
It was just so weird and trippy and creepy, and I loved it.
I think it was
although
it was too weird. Like they just pushed it too hard for me. That's
Yeah.
like a
No,
personal
I mean, I
opinion.
get that. It was a very weird movie. Like the characters as well, like the side characters, like Mr. Babinski. I was like, who is this? Who
Yeah.
is this man?
Yeah,
Is this here?
Who is he?
Fair deal. All right.
Yeah.
So
It's like, it's like
you're
the mystery
sticking
soldier
with
guy from Songbird. It's like, who is he?
Oh my God, not again.
Who is he?
Let's move on. Let's move on before these two go crazy. My unknown movie that I don't think any of you know is called The Page Master. And it was one of the first animated movies that incorporated live action into the storyline, and it featured Macaulay Culkin and Christopher Lloyd in the live action version, and the voices were people like Whoopi Goldberg, Patrick Stewart, and then Leonard Nimoy. So there were like really big names in there, and it was basically a story of a little boy, Richard, who was played by Macaulay, and he got sucked into the books he was reading and went on a journey with 3 books who all basically represented different genres. So I think Whoopi's character was fantasy, and then Patrick's character was I don't know, something about knights or something like that, and I haven't seen it in a while, but I remember this movie so much. It was so beautifully done, and it was so interesting, and I would highly recommend it to everyone to go and see it, because it's a very, very good and actually very heartwarming story in the end, because it works with the popular theme, bullying and things like that as well. So it's very interesting to see. So yeah, my choice is The Page Master, and it came out in 1994. So I was 4 years old when it arrived, and it was a really good one.
I'm just googling it in the background.
I was looking, see if I can think of any other like non-Disney animation movies that I might not have thought of, and I saw Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Yes!
And I was like, I fucking love that movie.
I
we
love
gotta talk about
Cloudy.
Sony.
Oh my god, I love that movie so much. It took a long time for me to find out that Bill Hader.
It is.
I
Yes,
think
yeah.
I only learned that in the recent years, but like,
I was convinced. I went into watching that movie because I thought I had an Andy Samberg phase when I was obsessed with Lonely Island and things like that, and I was like, Andy Samberg is
fair.
voicing an animated character. I have to see this. And then it turns out that he's not even the main character. So I was like, oh wait, that's not Andy Samberg's voice. Who is that?
Talk
Oh,
about-
it's Bill Hader. Even
Talk
better.
about food in movies. I mean,
Oh
my
my
god.
god.
Like,
It's a
I'm
movie about.
You get
Like,
hungry looking at it.
I'm not somebody who watches stuff and goes, "Oh, this food looks really good. Now I'm hungry." Never been a thing for me. I've never quite understood the the sort of impulse or whatever that people seem to get when they're like, "Oh, good food. Now I want to have food myself." I'm like, this means nothing to me. But that movie makes ice cream look amazing.
Yes. Oh my
Oh
god.
my god, the bit where Flint is just like running through the town, just like pegging people with ice cream.
I like
So funny.
I like that
He
one
just kills
shot
everyone.
when the pancake falls down on the school and then the maple syrup just comes on top of it and it's like
Yes.
just pretty good. Just pretty good. I love pancake. I have a
it's
problem with it.
It's just there are so many I think of so many parts of that movie so often, like the bouncing on the jelly
Oh,
and
yeah.
just Mr. T.
Yes.
Him.
Just the run he does.
I just freaking love it.
And also Chicken Brent. I just like Chicken
Oh,
Brent is just.
I didn't.
Chicken
That's
Brent.
that's another. You keep saying movies that I didn't like. I don't like it.
What?
I don't like
Wait,
the chicken.
hang
one.
on. Chicken,
Wait.
you know, Chicken Run?
Yeah.
You
Chicken
know,
Run.
no, I was talking about Chicken Brent.
Oh, okay.
I know, but no.
God damn, I understood chicken run. I was like, oh, what?
No,
No,
I haven't seen Chicken Run. I've heard it's awful.
I don't like
what is
chicken
wrong
run.
with you two?
I remember watching it at least twice when I was little, and then I enjoyed it.
Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of Chicken Little.
Yeah, Chicken Little's a very different movie. and
That's a
it's
very
bizarre.
different
different.
movie, yeah.
Great.
Chicken
Yeah,
Run
no,
is once
Chicken
again
Run is
stop
good.
motion, and it was
Chicken Run is
created.
Aardman.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
it was
Oh.
created the same studio who did Wallace and Gromit.
Yes.
And I
Well,
remember that I
cheese Gromit.
enjoyed it when I watched it as a kid, but I went back to it later or much later on, and I watched it again, and I'm like, no,
I want to be a pie.
I just
Don't
don't
like the
like it.
flavor.
Okay,
I love
I'm
Aardman
actually looking through unknown animated movies, and one more popped up that I really really like. It's the Magic Sword Quest for Camelot, and it was inspired by the Arthurian legend, and it's
Really?
freaking amazing with some of the best songs in there. And actually, once again, it gave us one of the biggest songs that were sung by Celine Dion and Andrea Bocelli and people like that. It's called The Prayer, and it shows up first in this movie, and it's an excellent movie. Once again, I don't know who was the studio on it, but I think it was Sony. I'm not 100% sure. But there are so many. Iron Giant obviously is here. Rise of the Guardians. I think.
I watched Rise of the Guardians and I very much enjoyed it, but I didn't get on there was a big old hype train for that movie on Tumblr when it came out.
Oh yeah.
It was like it was one of those ones where you just kind of go, really? This one? I mean, it's good, but okay.
People
Yeah.
love Jack Frost.
They
That's-
really did.
Yeah.
I liked. What was the name of the bad guy in there?
I don't remember. I've seen it once, and it was like 8 years ago.
I
at
haven't
this
seen
point.
God damn. But I remember liking him because he was a really good bad guy. Like, it sounds weird, but you know what I mean. Like, it's
Chris Pine does the voice of the main character, doesn't he?
Jack Frost, yeah.
Yeah,
Hugh
Oh.
Jackman is the bunny. I remember that.
that's good.
And I think Isla Fisher is the Tooth Fairy. And I think Jude Law is the bad guy. And I really like what he did. I like that movie. It was a fun movie. I also something else popped up, which is called Tokyo Godfathers, which was an amazing anime. And it's not for kids, so I will just put that out there because there are some animated movies here that are not for kids, and Tokyo Godfathers is definitely one of them. An American Tale is something that was big when I was growing up. I really like that, and I don't know if you know that, but Lord of the Rings was first an animated movie, and they only
Yes.
did Fellowship of the Ring at that time, and I really like that. That's how I got to know Lord of the Rings, through that animated movie. It gave
had
me
a f-
nightmares, but still.
I had a friend who was big into that. I think that and the audio play version that they did.
Yes.
They did like an audio thing that he was a huge fan of. So that I only know it kind of through him because he loved those so much.
Mm.
I haven't seen them or heard them personally, but I know of them.
Fair deal.
We're a month out from Christmas, though.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm still cycling through them. I still have a couple more. Also, I do have 2 animated movies that are really underrated, I think. Before we move on to Disney, Pixar,
Go for it.
just want to shout out. Actually, I guess this is Disney, but Ethan Robinson's is one of my favorite movies. It's so good.
Yeah.
Robinson's it's so good. Hang on, where's my background? It's
Oh,
Scoob.
look at him. Poor boy.
I haven't seen that.
Mr. Stigman.
Oh,
Really,
this
it's so good.
there's a reason I shouted out in our underrated like movies thing. I think
Yeah.
it is it's such a wonderful. It's got such a good heart and message to it, and should be talked about more. Also, I have a big head and little arms.
Not sure this plan was well thought through. I just love how Goob is the worst. Actually, sorry, Bowler Hat Guy. He's just like the worst at making plans, but he tries his best. I just love it. And also his like unicorn notebook. It's so.
He's doing his best. He's just had a hard time.
Yeah, I just have like under my notes, one of the points is just Goob, because I'm just like Goob. He's just the best character. He's so good.
Fair
Oh
enough.
boy. What's the other one?
And the other one is one of my, it's probably like my 3rd favorite movie of all time, which is Fantastic Mr. Fox, and my favorite still from the movie, but which is this is just one of the best movies I've ever seen. I love this movie.
It's Wes Anderson being beautifully Wes Anderson-y, but in stop motion. I love the sequence next to the waterfall. It's my favorite. I think.
Yes.
I think
with like the cellophane water and everything. It's just like, oh my god.
I didn't know it was cellophane. That's even more incredible.
I think it's cellophane. I could be getting that wrong, but it's.
I don't know. I mean, it would make sense, but it just everything in that movie looks beautiful. I love the fluidity of the animation in that film is.
Oh yeah.
Stunning.
Just like the character, like the character Rat, played by like Willem Dafoe. He's just so good. Just like shows it. He steals the scene, like in those 2 scenes that he has. He's just awesome.
Have you seen Isle of Dogs?
Yes.
Okay.
I have seen Isle of Dogs.
I haven't. I was just asking really as a curiosity more than anything else.
Yeah, I didn't like it as much as Fantastic Mr. Fox. Although like it was still good. Like it was still really good. It's just like I just went into it way too hyped because I was just like, it's another Wes Anderson stop motion movie, and it was just kind of like, okay, no, this is really good, but this to me is just like it's the best. It's so good, and like this scene in general is just it's beautiful. It's atmosphere, it's stunning. So yeah, those would be my 2.
There you go.
Very
Beautiful. Rango is also one of them that needs to be mentioned.
I have not seen it. I've not seen it.
Oh my god. You guys are killing me.
I know.
All right, let's move on because we barely have any time left.
Yeah.
So let's talk about. I think it's to be fair. I do enjoy talking about lesser known animated movies because we already focusing a lot on Disney and Pixar, and they are amazing. Don't get me wrong, but there are some gems outside of the studio, and it's worth going in and looking for them. So I don't mind talking a lot more about those. But let's hear what are your favorite Disney and Pixar movies. You can only say 2. Let's go with 2. I like 2.
I was waiting for Thineth to go because he's our guest.
I'm gonna wait for you to go because I have a whole spiel on Ratatouille.
Right, that makes sense. Oh god. Well, I'm gonna say Toy Story 2 as one of them because
that's the
I like Toy Story 2 better than Toy Story 1. I love both of them, obviously, but I think Toy Story 2 is an overall better film.
I agree.
I think the whole storyline with Woody and the whole we have to go get him. I think it's great. Also, oh god, it's been so long since I've seen the movie, and I'm so terrible with names. What's the name of the bad guy in that film?
Stinky Pete.
Yeah.
Stinky Pete. Thank you. Stinky Pete. He's just such a good fucking villain.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
He's excellent.
Terrifying.
Yep.
he's a creep.
And also, I think about them all taking Rex and using him as a battering ram probably far too often. And when I reference "No, I am your father," I'm thinking about Toy Story 2 and
Yes!
Zurg.
Yes. Oh my god,
I'm
that
thinking
scene
about
is
Star Wars.
every single time that kills me.
Like, it's like you may be thinking of Star Wars. I'm thinking of Toy Story 2.
A lot of people do, let's be honest.
Oh yeah.
Or both. I think about both.
I'm just trying to think of another one.
Well,
Hey,
that was
and
your
just-
Pixar choice. Let's
That's
do
yeah.
it
Let's say that's my Pixar choice, and I have to think about Disney. I think I probably have to go with Tangled.
then.
I remember seeing Tangled in the cinema. It was like one of the I remember very vividly seeing like this is the 50th animation
Yes.
one, and just being so sort of charmed by the whole thing. And Zachary Levi is wonderful, and I adore him completely. From my days of watching Chuck.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yes.
and I think the music in that movie is so great, and I have this distinct memory of sitting in sixth form and managing to harmonize properly with a friend of mine whilst we were doing
Oh snap.
See the Light. I did the low part, which is weird for me, but like, that was a good. It's just that's a great one.
Yeah.
That's
I
one of the
love
best
it. I
Disney
love it.
songs.
One of my big dreams is to play Mother Goddard at one point in my life because I just love her. Such a
That's
good
just the best part of that song.
the plague. No, yes. So cheery. I love that song. Good choices. I like those. Disney, I will roll with Mulan because that's gonna be my all-time favorite. Like even
The original?
the yes. Even the songs and everything, it's like "I'll Make a Man Out of You" is something that I listen to when I have to push myself through something. I'm like, be a man, which sounds weird for myself, but it's still, it works.
I'm rejecting any sexist notions and taking the idea.
It works so well. And then whenever I'm sad and feel like I am, I don't know, in a bad place, I sing "Reflection." So I always get back to Mulan because it has, I just love Mulan. And I love Mushu and everyone in there. So yeah, that's it. And I wish Shang and Mulan had a kiss at the end, and that's my big pet peeve with it.
Shang is bisexual, and I will not be hearing otherwise.
Oh, stop it!
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
But he is, yes. But anyway, and my favorite Pixar movie is Coco. Because Coco is beautiful in its message, it's beautiful in its delivery, and it's beautiful in the music. And Remember Me is one of the most wonderful songs that can be interpreted in so many ways, and I just love that, and I love Coco dearly, dearly, dearly.
Right. Dennis, we know one of the movies you're about to talk about is Ratatouille. So talk about the other one first.
Yes.
Okay. So, well,
And be
first of all,
quick.
I haven't. Okay.
Okay,
No.
just give him a chance.
Ah, fine.
Okay. So, I have not seen Tangled or Mulan. So
Get out.
listen,
Get
I
out.
know.
Now I had enough of you. Get out.
this is me getting cancelled part like 16 or whatever. Because I have very controversial.
I
movie taste,
invited
apparently.
you because I thought that you are like big on animation, and then it turns out that you haven't seen a lot of animated movies, and I'm like, what the fuck?
That's true.
I still can't believe I'm in the midst of a chicken run hater.
No, I
Sorry.
like Chicken Run. I like Chicken Run.
I don't
like
like
Lily.
it. She's talking about me. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah,
used
I
to
just
love
got-
it. Let's go back there. I used to love it. I'm no longer love it. There you go.
Anyway,
I just love
continue.
Wallace and Gromit. So I watched The Lion King again for the first time in a couple of years the other day.
Okay.
So that'd probably be my favorite Disney movie because The Lion
Okay.
King is just phenomenal. I mean,
Hamlet.
yeah, it's very Shakespearean. Surprise, surprise. But yeah, I will say like some of my favorite moments though from the movie were that kind of stood out to me, I guess more than from when I watched them as a kid. Like the part where like just as the stampede is about to happen, I don't know what the zoom exactly is called, but like the zoom on Simba's face, it just gets me every time. It just gives me instant chills. It's like,
They took that from Joe's. They used the same tactic.
Is it the Hitchcock?
Wait,
zoom?
is it the dolly zoom?
Yes.
Yeah, the dolly zoom. Yes, yeah, it's the
There
dolly
you
zoom
go.
on Simba's face.
I don't know
That's
its
just-
name in English, so I was like, I'm not gonna say it in Hungarian because
Yeah,
I'm 100% sure you
it's
don't
literally
know.
you push him whilst you zoom out,
Yeah,
and it creates
yeah.
that kind of spatial effect.
I was gonna say the Hitchcock zoom, but then I was like, wait.
Well,
It's
yeah,
not-
it's the one that was used in Vertigo.
And in Jaws.
Yes, but Vertigo came first.
Yeah, Hitchcock kind of invented it. But yeah, so that bit really got to me because I was just like, this is just terrifying. This is absolutely bone chilling. And of course the bit where Mufasa falls and then you see like the pull out from Simba. It's just like it's so good. So yeah, so Lion King is controversial opinion, best Disney movie. I don't care. It's excellent.
For you.
I don't think
then-
that that's controversial for a
But yeah,
lot of
and
people.
that's
I'm
the
going
other-
to point that
yeah.
out as well.
I'm
But
being
everyone likes
sarcastic.
different things, and that's fine.
Yes.
Right.
And so my favorite Pixar movie is, hang on, where is it? It's Ratatouille.
What a
It's
surprise.
Ratatouille. There he is. There's Gusteau, and there's Remy. The Rat of All My Dreams. That's a TikTok musical reference, by the way. Because that is a whole separate. That is the last point on my notes. I wrote 2.5 pages of notes on Ratatouille.
We don't have
I'm
that
such
much time. So
I'm such a nerd for this movie. Okay. Where do I begin? It is. So speaking of Brad Bird, it's like this is the most
Still mind-blowing
indie
to me.
Pixar movie. Oh yeah. And he also directed Mission Impossible, so it's like Brad Bird
That
can
I
just do
knew.
everything. Oh yeah, but he just does everything. But yeah, so carrying on from that, I guess Ratatouille is probably like the most indie Pixar movie. Because it's not about plot, it's about characters. It's about characters living their life, and the conflict is naturally born out of just those characters. And I don't think you can really say that about almost any other Pixar movie, because a lot of Pixar movies are just kind of like plot based, right? Where like, you gotta kind of hit the different beats. But with Ratatouille, it's like, okay, so Remy wants to be a chef, then he becomes a chef, but then what? And then Linguini starts off as a garbage boy, and then he becomes, the chef, the head of Gusto's. But then what? And then, it's just very natural, and it deals with the characters and their sort of like hopes and dreams, also their like negative traits really well, I think, because at the certain point, like in the movie, everything sort of boils over, and then you get the point where ego shows up, which is obviously supposed to be very on the nose and metaphorical, because. Yeah, Remy's ego boils over, Linguini's ego boils over, and then they have a falling out, and then as sort of revenge, Remy he invites all of his family and friends to steal, because he's pissed off, which makes sense. But there's not a plot reason for that. It's just character. It's all born out of character, and so that's one of the things that hits me the most about Ratatouille, I think. Yeah. And God, it's so sophisticated. Like Brad Bird really just went, you know what? I'm just gonna write a movie that can hit people at different ages. Kids can get a lot out of this movie, of course, but like, adults will watch this and they'll understand. They'll be able to sort of like get a lot out of the characters and what they're dealing with, their motivations. Like even the supporting characters like Colette and the chefs in the kitchen are all they're just so funny. But they're also just really interesting. Like the fact that, you get like these little hints and these little glimpses, like, the guy like Horst, the head chef, or like whatever, the supporting chef or whatever, he killed a man with his thumb, or he did something mysterious, and that's his backstory. That's all you get. But it's just, I don't know, it's just things like that that I really adore about them. It's just cool.
I think what I love a lot about Ratatouille is, first of all, it's a very human story and a very inspiring story, even though
It's funny because it's about a rat.
it's about a, yeah, that's what I was about to say. But it's still like, that's, I think, for me, that's when, well, I already knew Pixar is great, but that's when it became like just blandly obvious that they are fucking amazing and they know how to tell a story. But my all-time favorite thing that it's said in the movie is, first off, it's Antoniego's monologue at the end. There's one part in there that I live by, and that's what inspired me to do a lot of stuff. And it's this part: not everyone can become a great artist, but a great artist can come from anywhere. And it's,
I mean, yeah,
it's
anyone can
literally
cook.
the chef's kiss moment of the movie. It's like, yes.
Oh yeah. But
yes.
even going off from that, there's like one of my favorite lines, sort of leading on from that is sort of like nature of just criticism in general, and being a critic of something, and it's like he makes a point that the average piece of junk is probably more meaningful than my criticism designating it so. So it's like, yes, you can nitpick something or point out all the criticisms and flaws of something, but at the end of the day, maybe maybe it's just fine. It's like, you can point at some animated movies and go, these are all the flaws, like it's it's for kids, it's whatever, blah 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 blah. But at the end of the day, like maybe that's like a lot of people pour that put a lot of energy and time and effort into creating it.
Yeah.
And it's okay to just let things be sometimes. So I don't know. There's also sort of messages to take away from that aspect of Ratatouille as well, which I find interesting.
Oh yeah, 100%. All right. I like your movie choices in this round. No,
I
like
rambled
them
away.
anyway.
That was the most incoherent.
No, it was
No,
very
it
coherent,
was
actually.
yeah, it
You
was
made
good.
a very compelling point,
Yeah.
and I enjoyed it very greatly.
Also, I just want to say, also another thing I pointed out, which kind of blew my mind, was the way that, because Soul came out from Pixar recently. You guys did a
Yes.
review on it.
Yes, we
the
did.
other week, which I loved, by the way, because I'm the biggest fan. But but yeah. So like one of the things that like what hit me the most while watching Soul was the part where and you guys brought it up, but it's when we get introduced to the idea of being in the zone, and it's one of those things where it's like that just immediately threw me back to watching Ratatouille for the first time, because I was like,
It's basically the same
part,
thing.
yeah, it's no, but like it's the part, it's just the fact that like seeing it 10 years later, basically seeing that same moment but just in a different context, or like in a different sort of style and different method, it just hit me. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
This is just really emotional. I was like, man, I just love the way that Pixar has gone from Ratatouille in that moment 10 years ago, well, I guess 14 years ago, and now they're coming back to it, and it's just, I don't know, and it's why I felt like Soul to me felt more like Ratatouille than most other Pixar movies did. Soul felt to me like on almost the same wavelength to me, where I was like, this just hits differently for me. Like it's more sophisticated, it's more adult, it's more mature, it takes itself more seriously.
100%.
Not to say that other Pixar movies are bad, because I love Inside Out and Coco and all those kinds of things, but I don't know, there's just something about it. It's just really sophisticated to me.
Fair deal. And before we do our little game and say goodbye, one last question, and this can count as a quick round as well. One choice, favorite Disney song.
I have one.
Go.
What's it called? Hellfire. From
Yes.
Hunchback.
Yes.
Hellfire. Best Disney villain song.
Well
Best
done.
Disney villain
Well
song.
done.
I
Katie?
have seen Hunchback. The first one that came to mind was
me
Go the
neither.
Distance from Hercules.
Okay, that's a good one as well. And I will say I'll Make a Man Out of You, because I just fucking love that song. And also point out there from Hunchback of Notre Dame, because I played that part. I know it's weird. I played man. Yes. Don't ask me questions.
Go the Distance, or I won't say I'm in Love. One of those two.
Oh my
Both
god.
from Hercules, but either one.
Yes. Go the Distance is just like such an
I love
inspiring
that song so much.
Yeah.
Every so often I was just like, I'm going to listen to Hercules again. We didn't talk about Hercules, but I love Hercules very, very dearly.
I have not seen it.
Oh, I love
Jesus,
Hercules so much.
Jesus
I know.
Christ.
He's a guy.
Oh my god. All right.
Okay.
So
I just have two more things. Sorry, just real quick.
I might cut it out, but go for it.
I know. I'm sorry. I have so much to say. You guys don't understand. Okay, so I just want to say, Lord and Miller, Spider-Verse. I mean, come on, fucking everything they do is just incredible. I love the whole take on metamodernism in movies and just like balancing, cynicism and also sincerity. It's just incredible, and they just do such an incredible job with that. Of course, like Cloudy with the Chance of Meatballs, Spider-Verse, Lego movies, like everything they do is just, it's such a perfect blend of like, here's a bunch of ironic stuff, but also here's the heart, here's the story, here's the emotion. Deal with it. It's excellent. So yeah, just want to shout that out. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's it.
Sorry. Also, the TikTok musical. Check out Ratatouille the musical on TikTok.
Oh my God.
It's amazing.
No,
It is so good.
We will check it out. But now let's do the speed.
I've listened to it nonstop for the past week. You don't understand.
Good
It's
for you.
amazing.
Good for you. Thineth. So the
Adam
speed game
is
is
in it.
coming, and it is a really good one. So basically, what's going to happen is we're going to throw titles at you, 2 at a time. You have to choose one, but immediately. You cannot think about it. You just have to say one that first popped into your mind, and we will have 1 minute set on the clock. And during
Okay,
that
wait.
1 minute, we will give to you as much as we can. So the main point is that you cannot think about your answers. You just have to go with whatever comes first.
This is interesting because I'm realizing a couple of these. I don't know if you're going to be able to answer them properly. So
So is this one like the one I would prefer?
Yes,
Do I have to pick the one I
basically,
prefer?
yeah.
Okay, cool.
But you
Well, the
cannot
one I
think
like
about
more.
it. You just
Okay.
have to say the first thing that comes to mind. That's it.
Okay.
All right. I will set the
I'm
timer
ready.
on the clock. Thineth, are you ready?
wait,
Yes.
T-pose.
There you go. 3, 2,
Okay.
1, and go.
Oh, am I going first? Okay, Coraline and the Iron Giant.
Coraline.
Iron Giant or Coco?
Coco.
House Moving Castle or Kobo and the Two Strings.
One of the 2 strings.
Okay.
Mulan or Brave?
I
Go,
haven't
go,
seen
go.
either of them.
Go, quickly.
Mulan. Mulan.
If Fantastic Mr. Fox or Isle of Dogs.
Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Fantastic Mr. Fox or Ratatouille?
Ratatouille.
I've got a slightly left field one. Studio Ghibli or Disney Animation.
Ooh, Ghibli.
Okay, Coco or Ratatouille?
Ratatouille.
I've got Tangled or Frozen, but I feel like I know the answer already.
Quickly,
Tangled.
quickly,
I'll say
go.
Tangled.
Frozen or Incredibles?
Incredibles.
Ooh. I've got Hercules or Mulan.
Ooh, Mulan.
Quickly. Spider-Verse or Ratatouille?
Ratatouille.
Spider-Verse
and
or
time's
It's a
up.
Lego movie.
Time's up.
Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess we did it. That wasn't too bad. That was a fun game.
Yeah, but you should
I
have
think-
stopped. You should have just.
I know.
Quickly.
But you guys tripped me up. You guys tripped me up with movies I haven't
Yeah, I
seen.
know.
Because it's your fault I haven't seen, not mine.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm blaming you for my failure in the quiz.
It
Uh-huh.
doesn't make any sense.
I'm
But
deflecting.
anyway, first of all, Thineth, thank you for coming
Yes, dear.
again
Yes.
as our number one stan. And now it's time for you to promote yourself. Where can people find you, or do you want them to find you, or what is going on?
I'll just.
I thought you were going to say, now it's time for you to fuck off.
Just go home. Well, you're home,
Yeah,
but you know what I mean.
It's been real, guys. I'll just fuck off.
No, promote yourself. It's a much better idea.
Okay.
Go for it.
Before I promote myself, because I have so much to promote. I just really wanted to say, I know it's been a bit, for the past few months that I'm one stand of the podcast and all that, and we do it every week. But I don't know. I just love this podcast. I'm really grateful for you guys. And I just want to thank you for having me on, because I look forward to this thing every week, and just seeing where it started, on Anchor and everything, just audio form, and just seeing it, transition to the related channel, and getting, just all of that was so cool. And I was just so proud of you guys. And especially going into the end of the year, I was just like, this is just such a cool project that you guys are working. And then seeing it going into the new year, and I don't know, it's just awesome. And I love seeing the guests that you've had and the guests that you're going to have. I don't know, I'm just really proud of you guys, and y'all are crushing it. So shout out to both of you, because I don't just stand for no reason, because I just genuinely adore this podcast.
You're
Aw.
very sweet, my love. Thank you very
I
much.
will take back every mean thing that I said. Even though it was a joke. I hope you know that it was just a joke. It's just me and my weird sense of
It's
humor.
okay.
But we love
It's
you.
okay.
You are a great stan. And we are grateful that you
try.
came again on the show. And we might have you on the show again. You never know.
Ooh.
You never know.
I'll promise I'll watch more movies for the next time.
Yes, and watch
I
Everybody
promise.
Loves Raymond, because we now seriously
Yes.
have to talk about it.
It's going to be like the
No, just joking. I'm just kidding. But yeah, there you go.
Um,
Promote yourself.
I'm on Twitter, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I'm on Instagram as well, but I have a private account, so don't follow me there, or else I will
I will
not
let you
accept
follow
your
me.
request, or I'll tell you to fuck off. Because apparently that's Serenity 2021.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I'm sure my links will be in the description for Twitter and all that.
Yes.
But yeah,
That is our energy
I-
in 2021.
Yeah.
If you consider yesterday as context for our viewers, we're filming this the day after the inauguration.
Oh yeah. Well, technically it was today for me actually.
There you go.
So
Mhm.
that's right.
Fun.
Time zone. I know, right?
We get it. You live in Australia.
Yeah, but no. All right. Thineth, thank you for coming. And we see you all next week with a new topic and maybe another guest. We don't know yet. But we are all prepared. And please. Oh, yeah.
Are we?
Yeah. Come on, Katie. Let's sell this. We are being prepared.
We're
and-
incredibly professional.
Yes.
Yeah, you're all professionals.
And at this point, you've already seen us, but if you haven't, we're going to put the link in the description that we went on our friend's Elliot channel and talked about diversity and representation. So if you want to check that one out as well, we're going to just have the link down in the description. And we love you all and take care because there's still a pandemic. So,
Yep.
it's still
Mask
going.
up, stay safe. Sanitize your hands, I guess.
There you go. Wear a mask. And
Yes.
bye.